If someone in this game have name, Kinseigo and Muramasa backstories, there's not one problem, man. They have Tsurugi, you don't. So he is like part Briton. You know how you can tell that this is basically a new game plus? I think his brain stopped working for a second here. Okay, finally nothing bad happens in Muramasa. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Muramasa. Yeah, let's go and continue the story where we left off, in the backstory of Minato. Hikaru is terribly ill, I wonder what will happen. Also, before we start, I want to thank you all for your support under like every single Muramasa episode. Thanks to you, I can like get out of this little pesky YouTube algorithm, go to the outwards so more Muramasa fans can see my content. So thank you all for all your support, you're helping this channel a lot and me. And yeah, I hope we can have more people who would like to talk about Muramasa. So leave a like if you like the series, because not only comments, likes and dislikes also helps. I mean, dislikes not helping much, but also, yeah, you can dislike if you don't like the video, but yeah, mostly likes. So, thanks a lot, and let's go to the episode. Let's see. Like evening, morning sees the streets full of people, though with somewhat less variation. More are students or working men like myself. A group of schoolgirls races past. They must be running late. I see a few familiar faces among them, though I don't remember their names. I recall exchanging words on occasion. Let's see. I think it was... Oh, we are going to one year back. Okay, so they know that... You can see that the Minato family is actually respected here. Like, classmate just sees her, like, Hikaru as someone who's, like, high and mighty. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay. Okay. Whatever you say.
なぜ俺が安心するのかよくわからんが。
あ、ヒカル様と兄君だ。おはよ
う。おはようございます。
う。おはよう、様言うな。
Okay.
今の子、新顔だよね。これで何人目？あんたのせいで白い花の修羅
Half
道に
of
落ち
lilies
ちゃった
and
わ。
blood.
いちいち数えてるかそんなもの。あと俺が原因のような言い方をやめろ。
原因がどっちかといえば、
納得がいかぬ。
I think
俺
so.
の何が悪いというのだ。
Yeah.
何がってその喋りが。いや、そんな端的な問題じゃないわ。
I mean, she's pretty strict, yeah.
あんたの全存在が問題。
And she's stiff.
どうしようもないじゃないか。
Yeah.
でも、そうだし。
はあ。
And he's just looking away.
影明に同意を求めるな。
あんたはフェロモンを発してんのよ。夢見がちな女の子を引きつけてしまうような。
Wow,
私も
really?
時々感じるし。それ。
Wow, they moved the... Okay, I think this is the first time when they moved, like, actually CG on screen. Like, she actually, like, moved out of screen. I was hoping for a second that she would, like, move entirely from the screen.
距離を置かないように。大丈夫、大丈夫。安心して。私はお兄さん狙いだから。
Okay.
あー、
お兄さん、若い女の子は好きですか？
I mean, he was into Ayane later on, right? I mean, Kageaki loved her, right?
なんの？ 正確な攻撃は来ると分かっていれば避けるのもたやすいかもしれない。
I read that in manga, okay.
勝ち誇るのは30秒後まで生き延びてからにしておきゃ変だ。影明を誘惑したその体、特に首の下腹部の上の忌々しい物体、究極許さねえ。
Fold devices between your neck and abdomen. Wow, so she's big. So her classmate is big. I cannot even comment on this.
ここまでおいでってなもんだ。
I mean, I could, but nah.
貴様は逃すか。影明、ではここで行ってきます。
行ってくるように。走るのは良いが、車には注意すること。
了解。
Okay.
早掛けまで使わなくとも。相手は陸上部か。いい勝負だな。
Okay. So she even have like special running tactic. I think I wanted to talk about something. Let me see. What was that? I think I like felt like I wanted to talk about something and then it kinda like went away. Safe with me, I guess. Dodge. Oh, this is 30 seconds from now on. I feel like it might be, maybe, I don't know at what time Muramasa visual novel came to be and when the anime, manga or light novel, I don't know what's the main source for this. But the Kenshiro, like, you know, the memes, yeah, I don't know if you saw the anime or anything, like Omae wa mou shindeiru stuff. Yeah, I feel like this is a reference to Kenshiro. Like Fist of the Northern Star. It's probably not, but I see it that way, and it's funny. I watched them run off, laughing down the street. They didn't seem to notice me. I don't blame them. They inhabit a different world from Hikaru and myself. I thought I may gaze longingly across that divide. I can never bridge it. I tear my eyes away from the distant, joyful scene and head to the office. Damn, I swear silently as I look at my watch. I could have sworn I checked it only a moment ago, but now 20 minutes have passed since then. My lack of sleep is catching up to me. A brief lapse in concentration, and my mind is out to sea like a boat, lucid from its bellboard. So, I guess Minato will lose his work. Kageaki will lose his work because he's inefficient, basically. My boss and co-workers must have seen how dazzled I was. Their decision not to roast me could be only been out of respect for my family situation, of which they are all aware. Oh, okay, so they're aware of that. I thought like maybe they didn't knew and they will like fire him or something because, yeah. I'm grateful for their support, but I mustn't take advantage of it. I have a responsibility to do the work they are paying me for. My family is not the only one experiencing hardship in these dark times. Everyone has their own problems to deal with, and that goes for business as well as people. Only a shameless man forces others to bear his burden for him.
申し訳ありません、部長。
ん？いやー、気にするな。疲れてるんだろ。
業務に差し障りがあるほどではありません。今は気が緩んでいました。
Okay.
今後は気をつけます。
He nods. His expression worries. I wish that his concern was simply with the progress of my work. Few things are more painful. I found that to be the object of someone's charity. I realized that I should simply be grateful for it.
先輩、お茶どうぞ。
すま
Tanaka.
ない。
そんなに気張らなくても大丈夫ですよ。今は忙しい時期でもないですし。
This is like kinda suspicious that we have for this like random lady in the office the name. This is kinda suspicious. That means if someone in this game have name, that usually means they will die. Especially if they are like a random character.
私なんて今日で3日連続遅刻です。記録更新なのですよ。
That's why I think the boss will survive basically. Because boss cannot die, boss is too powerful.
お前はもう少し気張れ。あと言及。
Aww.
そんな。今月は待ちに待った劇団長官生の新作公演が。
Tanaka stumbles and grips the windowsill to keep from falling over. I chuckle at her theatrics. Maybe they're right. Maybe I do need to relax a little. I shake my head once to clear it of worry. Then turn my attention on the papers on my desk.
どうした田中、ぼーっとして。そのうち給料がゼロになるぞ、そんなことしてると。
部長。
ん？
あいつらです。
Rokuhara? My boss pen comes to an abrupt halt. I quickly rise from my chair and move to the window, where my coworker is staring out at the street. A group of people is standing in front of the building entrance. If that were all, they might be mistaken for deliverymen, here to pick up the goods for sale. That they are not deliverymen is clear from their threatening glares, and by the even more threatening objects in their hands. Long tubes and metal sticks, commonly known as rifles and swords respectively. Oh, okay. A contingent of armed men has appeared outside of our front door. A few employees are standing nearby, but all seem unsure what to do. Not because they don't know who these men are, but now everyone in the town knows that all too well. Bandits. Okay, so this is not Rakuhara. Though no one knows for sure where they came from. It's simple enough matter to guess. Bandits of armed thieves are not rare in Yamato these days. In fact, you could say that the country is overflowing with them. Rokuhara has fought hundreds of battles in its quest for supremacy, against forces both within and without. And for every battle that has a winner, there are also, of course, the losers. Those stripped of their rank, the prestige, and cast into the darkness of obscurity. Oh, so these are the bandits probably. In most cases, defeat also comes with a one-way ticket to Underworld, but this is not always so. Once in a while, the defeated will escape to the victor judgment, go into hiding, and live to fight another day. But while the adopters have their own pride, their own justice to uphold, to us common folk, they are little more than pests who should have died in a battle somewhere far from here. After all, as long as the dream of regaining their power is pretense. Wait, what? Sorry. I need to drink something else. After all, as long as the dream of regaining their power is the pretense that holds them together, they will never be able to lay down their weapons. And as long as they wear armor and carry steel, they cannot join a peaceful community and earn an honest wage. Which leaves them with only one way to survive, and that is to take what they need by force. Thus a gang of bandits is born. For that is ultimately what they are, no matter what they choose to call themselves. That's true. The bandits tend to set up near rural towns where Okuhara has little presence. In other words, towns like ours. We've requested aid from the shogunate, of course, but to no avail. Which is not to say that Okuhara let such outlaws go unchecked. Precisely the opposite, in fact. Okay, so why they are not here? But the military resources are limited and must be deployed against targets in order to of threat. Oh, okay, so this is basically like low threat. This is just like some bandits, and some other cities may have like bigger problems. Of highest priority are enemies with large contagions, charismatic leaders, or pipelines to foreign powers. The band occupying our town has none of these. Yeah. In the scheme of things, they are a relatively inconsequential group. But it hardly requires a well-equipped army to keep a town like ours under control. The... Sorry. If the country were more stable and the shogunate had more time, we might hope for a unit to be sent to our aid. Alas, this is not the case. Ashikaga Muramasa, governor of Horigoe, has joined with General Okabe Yoritsuna. Okabe Ryutaro, is that you? To raise an army against the shogun. At least, that's what the rumors say. And with Muramasa doing nothing to dissolve them, the entire Kamakura region teeters on the brink of war. Sasagawa. Oh, wait. Oh no. Okay, I thought for a second I thought like, because I'm reading Muramasa, I thought like I heard Sasagawa in Muramasa before, and I immediately thought about the teacher because this is like the farthest character I can think of. But no, I actually remember Sasagawa from Little Busters, actually. It is not Sasagawa, but Sasagawa. Try to like say it, like what the fuck, like Sasami Sasagawa. Just call her Sasa. Like, why? Who made these names? Sasagawa, Oyomi, Koga, and Kamakura are all on guard against an attack from Horigoe. Small wonder they don't have time to bother with bandits of peeling outlaws. Okay. So, what the fuck? These bandits have one might say, struck gold.
とまあこんなところだ。すぐに用意してもらおうか。
いやー、そう言われましても、それだけの品を持っていかれてしまっては、我が社の経営が立ち行かなく。
Like they care.
そうか。ならどうする？俺らと戦う？戦って今ここで会社潰す？
それはそんな。
I do not envy boss for having to deal with the bandits. It hardly be called a fair negotiation. What with the men flashing their guns every chance they get. The only reason the conversation has maintained some semblance of civility is because the bandits enjoy watching him squirm. If they actually cared about making a deal, well, then they wouldn't be the bandits. That said, I'm not particularly worried that my company will suffer catastrophic losses. Okay.
先輩、どうなっちゃうんでしょう。
どうにもならない。いや、相応の物資は供出せねばなるまいが。
でも、なんかとんでもない要求をされてるみたいですけど。ああ、このままだと給料どころか失職のピンチに。
Might be.
従業員の一斉賃金カットは覚悟しておいた方が良さそうだが、その程度で収まるだろう。あれはヤクザの手口だ。彼らは町の経済に寄生している。 経済が破壊されるほどの打撃を町に与えれば、彼ら自身の身体が極まる理屈だ。
Yeah, exactly. They need you like to make a money so they can like get money again.
過大な要求をしているのは、この後で提示する本当の要求を無抵抗に受諾させるための布石に過ぎない。
Yep,
そうでしょうか。
pretty sure.
過去の例から見てもほぼ間違いない。彼らは無軌道な暴力集団ではなく、理性的に統率された組織だ。
Tanaka seems unconvinced, but now my attention is focused on somewhere else. The motorbike idling next to the Bandits armor truck. I saw bikes like that in jungles of southern Asia. It's an army issue type 90 Dragoon, it's Tsurugi. Oh shit. Bandits have Tsurugi? Oh, hello, who are you? Which means the woman riding in it is a Musha, and the leader of the pack. Hello, lady. Yeah. Let's continue. I like her. Pretty good. Like her man, she wears a smile of contempt, though with one noticeable difference. She does not seem drunk on her power. Her gaze is calm as she watches the negotiation, and when she decides the time is right, she revs her engine once.
貧乏くせ連中だ。仕方ねえな。じゃあこれとこれだけ用意しろ。今日のところはそこまでに負けといてやるよ。感謝してくれよな。
はい、ありがとうございます。すぐに用意しますので。
Okay. My boss bolts for the warehouse, terrified that the bandits will change their mind. They see him off with jeers and catcalls. They must think they played him well. In his defense, my boss is no fool. I'm sure that he would have little trouble reaching the conclusion I presented to my coworker. Few men, however, can employ their full reason when threatened with violence. I don't think for 1 second I could have done any better than he. He certainly drew the short straw this time. He will probably catch flack from the owner for his quick capitulation, just as soon as the owner comes out of hiding. If possible, I would like to speak in his defense. I quickly tear my gaze away from the bandits. For a moment, my eyes meet those of their leader. He was scanning the building at just that instant. Why you got so surprised, Minato? What's going on? My impression of her in that instant was negative. No shit, Sherlock. I saw arrogance, malevolence, overconfidence, surprisingly attractive features. Mostly negative. Yeah, mostly negative. I agree with that, Kagaki, I agree. Luckily, she does not seem to think much of me. I snort for my cowardly reaction, and then her gaze moves elsewhere. I breathe a sign of relief. For a moment there, I was afraid I would be their next target. I have always preferred to avoid conflict, especially with people such as these. I will gladly bask in their contempt if it will keep me beneath the notice. I wonder if, like, because he's from the Minato family, I wonder if the bandits, like, know that? Or if he will, like, introduce himself, hello, I'm Minato. Would they, like, just let him go? Because how influential the Minato family is? Even if he's, like, from the branch family, he's still from the Minato family, right? So they should be, like, fairly respectful and powerful. They should have, like, kind of influence, at least, right? It's not like... Because if not, then the bandits would just simply go to the Minato household and just make their demands there because, well, they probably rich, right? Like, outsiders, we know that it's not the case here. They're, like, struggling a little bit. I mean, not, like, struggling. They just have, like, normal, I guess, lives, but they are not like high society tier. But the bandits wouldn't know that, so they could just go to the Minato family and just make demands because they would thought they are like rich or something. So my only assumption is that they either know that they're poor or like normal people, or they think that they have actually like influence. My boss and the man he gathered are already hard at work hauling out supplies. I head to the warehouse to see if I can help. It won't take long. Everyone is determined to finish it as quickly as possible. That, after all, is the surest way to bring the episode to a close. Oh, that's different. Okay, so this is the Minato... one of the Minato households. Probably from the main family, because it looks so rich. With like statues and stuff. The Minato clan has ruled over these lands over 500 years. Yeah, we know that from the last episode. Originally, it was a warrior clan. Its head, the feudal lord of this region. Even after it lost its warrior status around the time of Tokugawa unification, it maintained de facto control over the affairs of these parts. Minato family, to which I belong, is a branch of that clan. Yeah. So... Wait. Okay, Minato clan, okay. The Minato family, to which I belong, blah blah blah. Yeah. But where most branch families are formed in response to question of succession. Mine has a rather unusual origin. Okay. Its establishment dates back 5 centuries. In other words, contemporaneous with the founding of the Minato clan itself. To understand this anomaly, one must know that the Minato clan originally came to these lands under imperial edict, with orders to take charge of something evil and keep it sealed for all eternity. Do we get the Kinseigo and Muramasa backstories now? Also, my camera is cutting my head. What the fuck? Why no one told me? Yeah. Better. To this end, the Minato clan decided to form a branch family, which would live separately and conduct the rituals necessary to keep the evil locked away, while the clan main family would stand above it as a guardian and supervisor. Thus my family came into the being. Okay, so they need even like some kind of rituals to like contempt them. I guess yeah, because Kinseigo and Muramasa. Yeah, like Muramasa is surname, but yeah. Kinseigo and Muramasa, I don't know other names. Probably like until the end of the story, I will always call them Kinseigo and Muramasa, whatever their names are, actually. Because this is the thing that I learned, so I don't think it will change. Anyway, yeah, Kinseigo and Muramasa are like autonomic, right? They have like souls and stuff, so yeah, they probably need some kind of like extra stuff to do, so they are like disabled basically, like their souls are like frozen, I would say. Yeah, makes sense. Historically, families charged with a duty of ritual are wont to keep the bloodline pure. Often, this can even mean marriages between close relatives. Yet this is not the case with the Minato family, is due entirely to the fear with which the evil in its custody is regarded. Huh. I want to keep the pure bloodline. Not the case with Minato, so they don't have to be pure blood then. The head of the family has always been female, and has always taken a husband from outside the clan to father the next generation. By thus keeping the bloodline diluted, the Minato family is made of wholly separated entity, isolated from the rest of the clan alone, with a catastrophe against which it protects. It is also the reason that our manor is located so high up in the mountains. Although it enjoys status and respect, the Minato family is never truly allowed to mingle with the people it serves. Okay. Or at least that is the idea. In reality, these customs are a thing of the past. While the clan exhibiting the stubborn traditionalism characteristics of ancient warrior houses still goes to great lengths to maintain the trapping of the branch family aloof majesty, our image among the townspeople is far cry from what it was. Now most of them sees us as simply as a family of eccentric shrine keepers. Okay. So in theory, bandits can just come here and just rob this place. They wouldn't care. Otherwise, those opposed to the clan leader called to war would not have chosen my mother to represent them. Really? Of course, I imagine her own affability and leadership qualities played a part as well. Either way, it is nothing for the clan leader, the old master, as he is known to be happy about. Which is why, whenever I call upon him, I must always be prepared for a lecture.
考えてもみよ。奴らは正規兵崩れではあろうが、数は100にも届かぬ。町の男どもが集い不意を襲えば、勝てぬ道理などあろうかよ。
There's like one problem, man. They have Tsurugi. You don't. Unless you have. But I don't know that, so.
それをスバルメは人死にが出るの割に合わないのと言いよって。まさしく女の源氏よな。一命をとしてでも守るべき誇りがあることを知ろうともせぬ。
Huh. Yeah, there's like two different opinions on this.
影焼貴様もそうは思わんか。自分ごときには何とも。
However much I prepare myself, it's always harder than I expect. Signing inwardly, I stick a glance at my watch. An hour has passed since my arrival, and nothing to show for it. The conversation hasn't even drawn close to my topic. It would have been rude to broach it immediately after arriving, so I chose to open with news of this morning ride. A subject that I knew was unavoidable either way. I'm beginning to regret that choice.
わからぬはずはなかろう。貴様はお国のために戦地へ赴いた身ではないか。武功を挙げられなかったのは残念だが、金で兵役を逃れた酒屋のクソガキなどとは違う。知っておるぞ。スバルは兵役免除の手続きをしようとしたが、貴様が拒んだのであろう。その一件を聞いて以来、わしは貴様のことを見込んでいるのだ。恐縮です。
I simply couldn't let her go to such lengths for me. A misunderstanding on the old man's part, but if that is what earned me reception, grudging through it may be, all the times I've come calling since Hikaru collapsed, and however much the deception pains me, I cannot afford to correct it.
貴様を養子に取った秋高にも、見る目くらいはあったのだろうな。聞けば、貴様の実の親は義勇兵として大陸へ赴き、壮烈な戦死を遂げたとか。
So they were both warriors, okay.
はい。
So he's like totally outside.
南蛮の血筋とは言え、
Well, we actually know this from the last
お国を
episode.
勇し恩を忘れず、一命を捧げたはあっぱれである。 貴様の体にもその父母と同じ血が流れているのだ。
I respond with a bow, not sure what to say. What can I say when I know from what others have told me that it was this very man who most vehemently opposed my adoption. I mean, I guess this means like the most, like the most, basically. Because that's what the word is. I wonder why he did not want. Actually, I will check this, because maybe maybe this is like totally different. Maybe it means that the most like he wanted him to be adopted. Maybe. The fuck it means. Oh, actually, why the fuck I'm Google this word when like next word is opposed? Why the fuck would I like try to Google this one? Like what the fuck? Brain, start working. Yeah, so he did not want to Kageaki to be in this family. I wonder why. At least he isn't rewriting my parents' history in order to support his argument. From what I've been told, they did indeed die exactly as he says. My parents were born in Narutaki, Nagasaki, also known as New Holland. In other words, they were not Yamatoan in the strictest sense of the word. Okay. The relevant background begins with the Napoleonic Wars that ravaged Europe in early 19th century. During this conflict, Holland was obliterated by British invasion and therefore vanished from the face of the earth. So he's Nagasaki is known as New Holland. I wonder if this is only like Muramasa thing or this is like actual word thing. Like, is Nagasaki called New Holland? I don't think that's the case. Conservative British, yeah, so this is only Muramasa thing, I think. The plight of the Dutch people, who no longer had homeland, quickly came to the attention of the Tokugawa shogunate, which decided that to ignore it would betray the relationship of trade and trust that stretched back 200 years. The shogunate therefore offered the port of Nagasaki to the Dutch, who were already familiar with it as the primary avenue of trade with Yamato. The Dutch had many trading posts and embassies throughout Asia, and now those merchants and diplomats flocking to their new home. The city was Christianized. New Holland was recognized as an autonomous state, though only by the Tokugawa shogunate and countries hostile to Britain. A century passed, and what had originally been the asylum for Dutch in exile gradually became a heaven for all seeking to escape British rule. My ancestors were one example, having escaped New Britain. I was told in the time of my grandfather. Most likely they were remnants of the New British, or Americans, as they call themselves, who fled the New World after losing their second war of independence. So... okay, there's like... my brain might be like a little bit mixed up, but... is Minato... I mean Kageaki, Minato is the surname. Kageaki is like half Japanese and half like British or half American. Or at least half not Japanese. Sometimes I wonder if my grandfather even spoke passionately of freeing America from Queen's yoke, as many Americans still whisper in secret. But ultimately, I know little of my biological relatives. The name I was born with. Oh, Arata Jiro. Arata being a Yamatoan version of my family original English name. So he is like part Briton. What? My original English name was mine only for the first few years of my life. Aratajiro. Okay. Okay. Some 20 years ago, my parents both of mixed heritage. Yeah, okay. Oh, so he's even less Japanese, I guess. Because both of his parents were mixed. So he's like maybe quarter Japanese then? Both of mixed heritage left their young son and went to war, where they would die. They shared this experience with many other New Hollanders men and women who wanted to repay the country that had taken them in. I'm sure they also hoped for revenge against Britain, which was reaching out to Ngustav Asia as it had Europe. Most joined the Yamatoan military, though there were also Knights of the New Holland, a corps of brave warriors, which went to the front lines of Kyushu, where they fought bravely and died to a man. You know how you can tell that this is basically a New Game Plus? We have once again the history lessons that we had in the literally first like 2 or 3 episodes. My parents were in the former group. Somewhere on the continent, they met and befriended the man who became my foster father. After they died, he took me in. Okay. Thus I became Minato Kageaki, and so I have lived to this day. Currently, New Holland has no official status. The League of Nations does not recognize it as a state, and the Allied Expeditionary Force keeps it under close watch. I haven't heard of any overt oppression against the people there, but I doubt conditions are comfortable. When I think of how it would have been to grow up as an orphan in that environment, I'm infinitely grateful to my foster father for having the kindness to take me in, and the Minato family for accepting me. I owe them everything. Oh. That's a cool CG. I can use that as a wallpaper. Yeah. Like, give me that on Discord. Please, in like full HD resolution.
どうしたのその子。
いや、なんというかだな。突然ですまないんだが。この子をうちの養子にしようと思う。
あ、そう。
She's like, yeah, whatever.
じゃあ、昼飯3人分作らないとな。
Cool. Cool. Okay, that's okay, CG. It's not like amazingly great, but this is cool. It's okay.
だからだ影明。貴様も誇りのために戦う道を知っていよ。
The sound of my name pulls me back from my labyrinth of memory. Fortunately or not, depending, the old master is still on the same topic.
尊厳を捨てて生きるより誇りと共に死ぬのが大和人というものだ。それをあのスバルめは。
As I keep my head bowed to avoid making a reply, I consider the old master's words. His argument is not without a merit. At the same time, however, it serves to deepen my understanding of Mother's viewpoint. Yes, pride is important. However, one should only risk his life for pride if he reaches the decision of his own accord, and not if it was forced upon him by another. I believe that's more or less what my mother would say if she could. I sympathize with her. Placed in the unenviable position of having to express herself as tactfully as possible. Were she to speak her mind outright, the old master might fly into a rage, and that could lead to disaster. Oh, sorry. I also must hold my tongue. I cannot risk supporting my mother to his face, but nor I can go along with his criticism of her. That leaves me with no choice but silence. Yeah, that's pretty like hard situation. He wants to help his sister, but he's taking on like on stakes the pride of his mother, basically. Potentially even like obscuring whatever she wants to do, because he had to side with this guy in order to help Hikaru. His tirade continues for some time.
そうな。あの時もスバルはそんなことを言うておった。バカ者めが。影焼。貴様も養い親に感謝するのは良いが、あまり毒されるでないぞ。キャツの娘、ヒカルは見どころがあったがな。あんなことになったのがつくづく惜しい。
Yeah, about that. Bring someone who can help her. I look up. My chance has finally come.
万事が滞りなく運んでおれば、今頃はヒカルが港家の長となっておったに。まったくなんたることか。
Huh. Head of the family now. Ah. So, did he had plans to assassinate Subaru, basically? Because Subaru is still alive and she's young, so... I don't think Hikaru could be a head of the family other way.
はい。本来なら、今年1月に神上げの儀が執り行われ、ヒカルは港家43代の座を襲っておりました。
Oh, okay, so they just like heritage the headship of the family at a certain age. Okay. I speak of plans that never came to pass.
本家の苦衷、お察しいたします。
ああ。神上げの儀と港の相続さえ済めば、わしの片付けねばならぬ大事は、貴様も口を叱ろう。もしこのまま光が二度と立たぬようなことがあれば、貴様の立場も宙に浮くからの。
I mean, we don't have like the really big position, right? The women are the bad head of the family. My position to support and protect Hikaru for as long as she lives. Oh. The old man assigned me that duty himself. That is my sole purpose within the Minato family. Okay, I see what they did here. And if Hikaru dies, that purpose is lost.
しかし全てはこの身の深くから自分が注意を怠ったばかりにこのような始末に至りました。詫びて済む話ではございませんが、返す返すも面目次第なき限り。
You couldn't know that the fish you ate or she ate was like poisoned by metals. She probably got it like usual from the market or something.
貴様が謝るには及ばん。病は天命。人を責めても始まらぬ。
I am not surprised that he would evade the truth so. It was he who approved the smelting plant construction despite numerous objections from the town. No doubt that this is why his tone is so bitter. Or perhaps he took my words as a roundabout attack on his role in all this. If so, that wasn't my intent. I'm Hikaru's guardian, and therefore I bear the greatest share of responsibility. Best move the conversation along before he withdraws into the shell of ill temper.
昨晩にも発作がありました。幸い 大事には至らず済みましたが。
ふん。体調はどうだ？少しは回復しておらんか。
It worsens, actually.
神上げの儀は年内に済ませねばならぬ。さもなくば家宝に背く。港のカンナギの継承を規定の年齢において行わざるは、古来より現に戒められるところだ。
Okay, so they need to give a headship within a year to her because she is on the age. So if that's not happen, then they will need to have new kid, new female, who will be at this age and they can like take her into the family and she will like inherit the headship, I guess.
これにたがえば、お家の命運に陰りがさそう。
しかし今はとてものことに。
起き上がれずともよい。半日の儀式の間静かにしておれ。
Wow.
あとはどうにか。
Wow. Wow. Really? And what if she die like next day? You will be without the head of the family basically.
それが叶う状態ではないのです、ご本家。いつ何時おっさんに見舞われるとも知れず。
The old master tugs at his bed. Tradition is everything to this man, and the succession is by far the clan's most important tradition. He won't go down in history as the first clan leader to fail in his duty. This is my opening, my only hope.
さればこそ、ご本家。
Oh?
欧州では鉱毒病の研究も進んでおり、中でもベルリンのメンゲレ博士は第一人者と聞き及びます。いかがでしょう？
Dr. Mengele, okay. We're having some real names again.
ご本家のお力で博士をお招きいただくわけには参りませんか？
またその話か。
He frowns deeply.
港の祭儀を司るカンナギの身柄を他国者の意思などに預けるわけにはいかぬ。何度もそう言うておろうが。
受けたまわっております。
I mean,
もはや
Minato is like 1/4 or half and of Japanese and the rest is of like mix. So he's pretty much foreigner. Come on.
意思ならば手配する。先日のものは役に立たなんだようだが、次は熊本の大学の
赤池教授ならば先日書簡をいただきました。自分の手には負えぬと。
Yeah.
メンゲレ博士をご紹介くださったのはかの教授です。
The old master goes stiffly quiet. His face a terrible mask of displeasure. This is a warning sight. Anyone who has spent much time around this man knows to stage a tactical retreat at this point, or risk the full force of his rage. At times, this has resulted in livelihoods quite literally coming to an end. More than a few people have lost their jobs and been thrown out of their homes for angering the Minato patriarch. I, however, cannot retreat. Hikaru is out of time. The next attack might claim her life, or that one after that. There is no way to know. The only thing that is certain is that her luck will not hold forever. I throw myself to the floor, to the old man's knees.
お願い申し上げます、ご本家。何卒光のため、港家のため、お許しをいただきたい。何卒。
I press my forehead into the mats, nearly hard enough to draw blood. Normally, this is where he would shout me out of his home. Today, however, the silence lasts longer than expected. Even if he doesn't care for her as family, he is no less desperate to cure Hikaru than my mother or myself. I have no choice but to believe that. And so I wait.
よかろう。
Suki agreed, actually.
ヤマトに人なしとあっては致し方ない。ベルリンの医者とやらを呼んでくれよ。
ご本家。
Okay.
だがな、影や。
Yeah, what a hit, like, yeah. What's the case? Let's see. A rush of joy lifts my head, but the old master's stare pins me to the
そ
floor.
れも貴様の進言が信ずるに値するものであればの話だ。
Okay, and how you do that?
わかるか？わしは愚にもつかぬ輩の妄言に乗って港の社の正常を汚させたりなどせぬ。
You realize that they're like one of the best doctors you wanted to call right now literally recommended this guy? Hello? I think his brain stopped working for a second here.
だが貴様が信ずるに足る男であるならば意見を聞き他国の医師に港の敷居をまたがせてもくれよ。わしはそう言うておるのだ。
して、その証はいかにして立てればよろしいのでしょうか。
I think like I know. I think I know. I'm not going to tell this because I don't want to end this like this, but so he means to test me. The old master is wavering, uncertain whenever to prioritize ancient tradition or Hikaru life. I'm asking him to choose the latter, but first he must know how much weight my words carry, so be it. It's going to be it, what I think, isn't it? Already my heart and mind for whatever challenge he names. It's going to be it.
山賊どもを片付けよ。
Okay, that's not what I thought it would be, but it's pretty much the same. Still pretty much the same. Indirect, but still the same.
あやつらを始末するのだ。
Oh. Never mind then. I was wrong.
どのような手段を用いても構わぬ。町の男を借り出してもよい。影焼貴様の手腕であの飢えた野犬どもをわしの膝元から駆逐してみせよ。
Okay, finally nothing bad happens in Muramasa. For a second I thought like he would like he wants like Kageaki to assassinate his own mother basically. Then there was like this deal with bandits and I thought like deal with them so they assassinate her. But that's not the case, so we are safe.
成し遂げた暁には貴様を認めてやろうぞ。
Okay, that's fine. I wonder how he will do this though. Should I end the episode now? Yeah, I think I will end the episode. It will be a little bit shorter, but I think like this is fine. We'll have like some kind of like training session right now, I see. So it will be fun to start with it next episode. Yeah, nothing like terrible happened. I don't think like it was the best episode that we had. But it was like pretty good backstory and I was like worried at the end. So I guess my adrenaline jumped up for a little while, so that's great. And yeah, I guess I will see you in the next episode. So thank you for watching and supporting me. And yeah, thanks once again. And for now, Pocket Watch is going out.